All right, welcome to another film breakdown. Duke beats Virginia 80-62, led by freshman Knipple, Flag, Isaiah Evans, all at 17 points. All shot the ball well. Let me pull up my notes right here. Duke shot 53% from the field. UVA shot 39%. Duke had 16 assists on 31 makes. When Duke does that, they have that assist to field goal make ratio. It feels like Duke wins games by a lot. And this game was final score was closer than it was. I think it was up. Duke was up 27 at some point in the second half. UVA almost backdoor covered. That would have been terrible, but luckily Duke held on for the cover. But yeah, the freshman led the way. Sion James continues to do Sion James things, and obviously Malik Brown went down, but we talked about that on the Big J Little J show that's out now on my YouTube channel. I recorded these clips before we broadcasted, before we were on the Big J Little J show. Recorded Big J Little J show, uploaded it, and now I'm doing the film breakdown. So it's been a day. It's been a fun day talking Duke, and now you guys get to sit back and watch Duke dominate, really. Virginia, I saw people say they want some defensive clips in here, so we're going to start with some defense.
In this building. But you talked about Obi. This has been one of the better matchups. Jon Scheyer made it very clear that his toughest games in his coaching career as an assistant as well as a head coach have been here in this building against Virginia.
Kofi up top here for Buchanan. On the baseline, they kick inside. They move the ball exceptionally well.
And then right away. All right, so why did I highlight the first possession of the game? Because honestly, kind of set the tempo for the game. I know Virginia scored, I think, 12 points in the first 4 minutes of the game. They scored 50 points the rest of the game. So Duke settled in. But here, one thing about me and Virginia, I know Virginia's offense very well because my college coach ran this all 4 years. Mover blocker, top guy, number 4, is going off a flare screen as the bottom guy is coming off a down screen simultaneously. So as you see this go through, flare screen, Knipple's hitting the flare screen, and then that's Sion James guarding the down screen. And Duke guards it well enough because you see Knipple's beat and Virginia's kind of pointing at it. But the reason why they can't throw this flare screen like a curl for a backdoor is because Malawach is doing a good job being a help side right here. This is a very good job by Malawach to play big to where he's taking away the curl pass to where Knipple's beat on the flare screen, but see, Malawach is in the way. Virginia can't throw it, and now they're trying to find something else, and they end up settling for a tough contested layup. They get the look, ultimately, Virginia does right here, because Knipple gets beat back door, but again, Malawach does a good job here of helping, contesting, and Virginia misses the first shot of the game, and Duke goes out and runs.
On the baseline, they kick inside. They move the ball exceptionally well, but missed the shot at his 10th ACC Rookie of the Week award that ties the record. Pretty soon they're going to name that award after him.
It could absolutely happen, especially when you consider that he could also.
And right there, Malawach, look, it's just something that he has to get better at. I mean, it's kind of it's a necessity as we approach March, especially with Malik Brown being injured. He's going to have to step up to a bigger role. I talked about on the Big J Little J show about his stats. In 3 of the 4 games, Malik Brown was out at Boston College. Malawach had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 fouls in 17 minutes. 0 points, 3 rebounds, 4 fouls in 18 minutes at Wake. 4 points, 8 rebounds, 4 fouls, and vomited everywhere against NC State. So he's going to have in 27 minutes. So when he plays north of 22 minutes, he's fatigued, but he has to be able to hit this in his minutes, whether it's 18 minutes, whether it's 28 minutes, whether it's 8 minutes. You got the high-low action. It's a great pass with Sion James. Throws it high. Don't bring that thing down. Even if you do bring it down, you got to be strong enough to where you can foul bait or something to where your arms are tangled up with the guard coming in to reach right here. Just a clean swipe on a 7-footer, and you just can't have that.
You can take advantage of smaller players inside the paint.
McNeely's been hot.
I'm a fan of McNeely. He is a player. Duke did a good job to make things tough on him, but here it's just an unbelievable play. This is one where I stood up a little bit on my couch. He's supposed to curl this. It's supposed to be a tight curl, and he pivots. I mean, that is just unbelievable footwork. Leaves Proctor, who's a really good defender, and just a great shot.
James to the corner. Knipple will fire it up and swish it in.
If Knipple's going to hit those, where that's good defense by Virginia. If he's going to hit contested ones on catch and shoots, because he hit 2 of them against UVA, that's exciting because UVA plays this perfectly off ball. Helped far enough to where Malawach can't catch us on the roll, and now it's a quick closeout, short close, and Knipple just gets it up. That's all it is, just better offense.
Neely, in my opinion, Rhodey's another player that doesn't shoot enough. Once again, you're shooting 41% from 3. You should be looking to let it go every opportunity you get.
Oh, that's a great pass. And a great.
Just an unbelievable pass by Sion James here. Unbelievable pass. Proctor makes the good decision to throw the skip because Sion's guy is on Malawach. Though he probably still could have thrown to Malawach. It's okay because Sion James, just unbelievable pass. Unbelievable.
Just talked to us about Dede Ames earlier. Said, listen, I'm done trying to change players. I have to make them comfortable with being who they are. And you see Dede very comfortable being a scorer early.
Cross it over. Proctor with the left hand.
That's so filthy. Proctor only had 7 points, but he made 2 highlight plays. And here is the second. I guess here's the first one. The second one's coming. But Duke gets the mismatch. Big guarding Proctor out on the perimeter. Let Proctor work in space. Just mean cross. And then lefty. That's Proctor can make those layups, man, continuously. I know I said that. I'm a broken record, but damn, if he can make these contested layups, I mean, that is his bag one-on-one is fantastic. Tyrese Proctor in one-on-one is hell in a cell for big men. You can't stop that. You can't stop that. If he can finish that consistently, dude, Jesus, he's unbelievable when he does that.
Virginia, I asked Malik pregame, how many tickets do you have today? He said, I don't know. And is that many? He has zero idea. And I asked the team earlier who was taking all the tickets. Everybody said Malik's got every ticket for the game.
Right. Which section does Malik have here at the arena tonight? Rhodey, a little bit too.
All right. So it doesn't look like much from the naked eye, right, from the jump. But this is why Duke is going to miss Malik Brown, if he does indeed miss time with his separated shoulder. Again, this is the will essentially flare screen, down screen, like I pointed out at the beginning of the video. And just look how he's guarding McNeely. So Duke knows what they're running because Virginia's ran this since Tony Bennett's been there since day one. Flare screen, down screen. So Malik Brown is guarding McNeely, and he is not letting him go off this down screen. He is not moving. Virginia's stuck right now because the second option is called up on Malik Brown. McNeely's trying to sell a call in front of the official. It's good guarding position by Malik Brown, being physical. He's not going to let him come off of this clean. So McNeely now has to give up, and now here comes the stress release is the big man. So he is slipping up to be the stress release, the press release, whatever you want to call it, from the guard to the big at the AC logo, and then catches the top of the key. And what does Malik Brown do? Just knocks it away from him. I mean, the dude, I'm telling you, I'm glad he's on my team because he pissed me off every game if I had to deal with this. Just look at this. Best player, jam him, throw him out of bounds. All right, switch back, face up, just poke it away. And now you're switching, and Virginia's shooting a tough, contested runner, and Duke gets the rebound, and they're off to the races. Just Malik Brown's going to be missed because of those segments like that. Does not show up in the box score at all, but just took out the best player immediately in that possession, switched back to his guy, knocks it away from him, and Virginia has to live with a tough runner.
Proctor with a step back in the 3.
Again, Proctor, when Proctor dances with you, night. Have this switch, but his guy switches back, doesn't matter. Proctor's so good with dribbling and rhythm. I mean, that's just beautiful. He had 7 points, just 3 of 7, 7 points. Quiet night for Proctor, and that snaps a streak of 5 straight games of 15 or more. But the dude, when he's on, man, it is beautiful. It's aesthetically pleasing watching Proctor play.
James with a fall away from three-point land. That won't drop, but Duke comes away with it. A 21-14 lead, and looking to add to that.
Flamethrower. We'll talk more about Isaiah coming up, but just an absolute flamethrower.
It's the Blue Devils, but you have to match up with number 3 because Showtime Slim is looking any chance he gets to find a way to let one go from beyond the three-point arc.
Duke 4 out of 5 beyond the line already. Ames stops at the line. Down to 2 to get off a shot. Had to hurry it up there. Caught a lot of.
Again, Duke's defense, man, they just don't let you get into anything. They don't let you get into anything. It's a long clip, but for a reason. All right, so there's 20 seconds on the shot clock. They're trying to get in their cross screen, down screen action. Duke's switching everything. Malik's pointing to Isaiah to switch in the corner over here. Then Knipple and Sion are switching. And so the ball handler looks to the corner. He can't throw it because Duke switched. Can't throw it. Now he's dribbling. Look, see the point guard? Point guard just went like this to the big man on the opposite side instead of down screen for number 9. Watch the point guard. Nothing's open. So he's going to look over to his left now, tell the big man to go set a down screen. Okay, set a down screen. Duke's going to switch that. Almost a carry by the point guard. So now he's like, well, shit, nobody's open. So when he does pass it, Duke's going to concede a pass that is 40 feet away from the basket. Look where number 9 catches the ball. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Now UVA starting their offense 6 seconds even later and farther than they were originally, and Duke's going to get back in their defense. So now number 9 is going to throw almost a pick because Malik Brown is so aggressive on the perimeter. And now it's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Your big is past the coach's box. And you're trying to get a shot up against Duke, who's switching everything. So Malik Brown, he can guard your point guard. He can guard a quicker guard. It does not matter. Active hands, beats into a spot. Kid can't shoot it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Throw a grenade, number 9. And now it's just heave one up. And he does. Clanks it. Duke wins that possession.
Grabs his own rebound, kicks it out. Knipple straight on. Malawach battling for it. It comes free in the corner. Evans got it.
I mean, when I watch Isaiah play, dude, all it does is bring a smile to my face because this guy he sees green. Green machine. Like, there is no reason anybody should be taking this shot. But when he shoots these, you live with it. You have to live with it because, I mean, statistically, half of them go in. But just he's in rhythm. He catches us in rhythm on the hop to where he's like, all right, like right here, I just know in his brain, he's like, I'm pulling this. I'm going to get behind this ball and I'm pulling it. As he's looking at the ball right there, he's not looking to get a loose ball and then survey. He's like, when I put my hand on this ball, I'm pulling it. And it goes right to a shooting pocket. He's nuts. He is a lightning bolt. He's a flamethrower. He is unbelievable off Duke's bench.
The deck gets it free. Shot clock at 2. Malawach with the rebound. Another offensive board for Duke. They're dominating there, Evans.
We don't pass. That's what I love about him. We don't pass. Is it the best basketball decision? Debatable, right? Tyrese Proctor's calling for it. The dude's closing out on you. First off, good job, Malawach, getting the rebound and kicking it to your guards to set up a dagger. Fake the pass. The pass still could be there because Proctor's pretty wide open. And if that dude closed out on Proctor, he could swing it to flag for an open 3. Regardless, we're just going to do a side dribble pull up in your mouth and drain it.
Rattles in another.
He is one of one. I love Slim to death.
Virginia did a great job defensively for 30 seconds, but didn't finish off the defensive possession.
Ultimately, very frustrating. McNeely, yes.
I mean, that's tough as hell. McNeely, that's so tough. And again, this is really good defense by Duke because they're trying to get into something, UVA is. And look where McNeely catches this. His momentum is going towards the sideline. And he has a 7-footer high hand. That's just a hell of a shot. That's a bad shot. Do you practice that shot? I mean, that's unbelievable. It's 30-19, just better offense there, but Duke lives with that.
We said, yeah, if you were 3 inches taller, you wouldn't be here right now because you would probably been an NBA All-Star weekend.
That's right. Flag of the attack, lays it in.
So, again, doesn't look like much right here, but it's the little things that matter. And why Cooper Flagg gets the straight line drive is because Sion James he's cutting with a purpose. And that is he's going to cut right here, and he's going to bump Cooper Flagg's guy ever so slightly right here to where the closeout now is lower than it should be. So since Cooper Flagg's guy is lower, gives Cooper Flagg a straight line drive. And that's all because Sion James just cut right here and bumped him off his line.
That's right. Flag on the attack, lays it in. Not to has been zipping along.
This is normally how Virginia games go. They don't foul a lot. And so Duke is meeting him with that. They're not putting Virginia on the line either. So both these teams playing great offense, and that's it.
God, I love that shit. Malik Brown, dude, please get well soon, because just a phenomenal passer. Just catches this, and this is where Duke kills teams on flare screens that we've talked about on here, right? Flare screens and the slip screen. Well, this flare now turns into a long curl. It's the first time I think Duke's done it this year where this has resulted in a layup. This is what happens when you completely turn that flare screen into a curl, because there's no help side, because you're doing guards exchange at the bottom of the screen here with Tyrese Proctor and Isaiah. So I'm going to run it back just a little bit further so you can see. So why there's no help? Because Proctor and Isaiah are going to just ever so slightly move to distract the backside to where that's going to be wide open. Great play.
Down to 3.
You know, Virginia has actually played at a very high level here in the first half, and yet they're down 37-25.
And the issue is trying to stop Duke on this end of the floor. That's the problem. And again, it's not as though really anyone's been able to do it as Cooper goes.
Tough take. Same circumstances. Malik Brown's going to catch it here at the top of the key. Guards exchange with Isaiah and Proctor. And now here comes Flagg setting a flare screen for Sion. Virginia does it well enough, guards it well enough to where throwing it to Cooper Flagg. Okay, Malik Brown's going to follow his pass and screen for Cooper. It's more of a slip screen, and he purposely bumps into Cooper Flagg's defender to get him off of him to create a switch and a driving lane for Cooper Flagg. And then Malik Brown doing Malik Brown things, seals his guy off to where Cooper Flagg gets right to the rim.
With 39, still with 2.5 remaining.
Proctor on the drive. Off.
And I just have that clipped up strictly to tell you guys that's what I'm talking about with Proctor. Like, he's just inconsistent finishing at the rim. He had that tough lefty lay earlier in this, right? And he's made some tough ones in these last 5 games to where he's averaged 15 or more. But the games he averages or scores 7 like he did this night, he missed some bunnies around the rim, and this was one of them that he would love to have back.
Off to 10. Those are the ones of like 51, and you go back.
I didn't mean to cut it like that, but cutting that and seeing Malik Brown just swipe that shit out of the screen.
Off to 10. Those are the ones
Jesus.
of like 51, and you go back and you Google your career averages and field goal percentage. Yeah, those right there, Obi.
So you're saying you really let it go easily, right? It's just a figment of everyone's imagination. Brody's had a good first half as he directs some traffic.
I mean, Virginia can't get anything going. Look at them just freaking out. Nobody can get open.
Proctor on him. Shot clock down to 6.
6 seconds left, and they have just went horizontally for the last 25 seconds.
McNeely took a glance. Here's a long one.
I mean, look, I'm just going to show you again because I know I broke it down earlier. I won't go all the way back, I won't think. There's 19 on the shot clock. Catch it. All right. Switching this, Sion James passes over his guy to Flagg. And then there's Proctor and Knipple. They're waiting for the flare screen. And then there's the menace Malik Brown just hugging his man at the bottom of the screen, making sure it's going to make McNeely's life hell, and he does. So they catch it here. Okay, nobody's hurt. Duke's still in good defensive positioning. Here comes the flare screen again. And, oh, by the way, I think Malik Brown's supposed to come off a curl again. Sion James and Cooper Flagg switch. Malik Brown is pointing to Con Knipple to switch. Now the point guard's just still dribbling out there as 10 seconds have went off the clock. McNeely catches it with 7 and then chucks up 1. And again, Duke's defense just harassed Virginia's offense all night.
It's a long one. Rebound comes right of the second half when you're playing Duke. Proctor off the fake. Knipple had a nice first half. He'll drive it, keep on going for two.
Flare screen set the whole thing up. Dukes killed them last night in the flare screen action. Here comes Malawach setting the flare screen for Proctor. Throws it. Proctor thinks otherwise. And this is just UVA focusing on Malawach being as a roller. Malawach only had 2 points in this game, but look at the emphasis of UVA crowding the paint here. McNeely is holding on to Malawach as his defenders in front of Malawach, but now he's out of position. So now he goes for a pump fake because he's out of position. Leads to a straight line drive for Con Knipple. Results in an easy layup.
Points along with 3 rebounds.
But, Obi, when you consider what Knipple and Cooper Flagg are doing, these are freshmen in road games, true road games in ACC play. There are signs in the building.
So Duke gets a stop right here. But this is where Duke's going to miss Malik Brown, is that switch action right here with Common. He's too high up, right? He doesn't really play on the perimeter. He can guard, but it has to be more of pack line defense where his feet are behind the three-point line, but maybe by another 6 inches too. But here he's just too far out, and the guard just going to blow by him here because at the end of the day, he's 7'2", 250. He doesn't have that quick first step. And anybody besides Virginia, like a good basketball team, that guard's going right to the rim and punching it. I know Flagg is there, but say they want to kick it out, then the guard's going to hit this shot. And that's where Duke's going to have to make up for the absence of Malik Brown, is in situations like this when your big man – Malawach gets switched on a guard.
What Cooper Flagg are doing. These are freshmen in road games, true road games in ACC play. There are signs in the building talking about these guys and the way that Gumba got quality minutes when Malik Brown was out for the 4-game absence and has gained some experience.
Knipple hit the deck there on the loose ball. Here's Proctor. Knipple gets back into the play and 6 it.
I tweeted this clip already from last night, but I love to see hustle get immediately rewarded. Duke's up 20. Virginia scored 33 points in 25 minutes. They're struggling. Knipple's going to lay his body on the line. He's going to get up, and he's going to drain a 3 because he just gave himself good karma because of that hustle.
Knipple gets back into the play and 6 it. A 3
goes on and on for guys who have played in that position for the Blue Devils and gone on to be stars at the next level.
Flagg with a shot clock at 4. Gives it up. Swung into the corner. Knipple and a little too.
This is why I'm so high on Pat Ngongwa's career at Duke. Offensively, at least. Like defensively, there needs to be things, and he's going to learn. That's fine. But he had 8 points in 11 minutes, good feet around the rim, good low post guy. But this, man, he's played limited minutes all year, and he's going to catch this short roll and immediately throw a dart to Con Knipple and hit him right in the chest, right in the shooter's pocket. Knipple misses it, owes probably Ngongwa a cookout tray, but that's all right. Pat Ngongwa, keep playing good ball. Your minutes will increase due to the absence. And when you're in, keep doing things like this. This is unbelievably good basketball. Also, laugh out loud seeing this again. Isaiah wanting the ball. You got to love it. You got to love it. Hands, give me that ball. Throws to Knipple. Hey, right here. I'm right beside you. Because we know if Isaiah caught that thing in the corner, the whole team could be guarding him, and Knipple could have been where Isaiah was. He's shooting that thing. I don't blame him.
Has 3 grandchildren at Duke.
It's a great tennis family.
Yeah, but when you consider to be able to do that in front of all of your family being there with you, even more impressive that the Blue Devils were able to pull that off.
Flare screen. That's it. Flare screen.
Up to 7 3-point field goals made. They've shot it very well, 43.8%. The problem is they have not been able to get stops against this Duke team, and Virginia shouldn't feel bad about that because
guess we're about to do it again. Flare screen.
No one's been able to do it this season, as Duke is the only team in the NCAA that scores over 80.
Just carving people up on flare screens. It's very ironic Duke's carving up Virginia out of all teams on flare screens because, like I said, they run mover blocker. Their whole offense is implemented around flare screens. How do they not know how to guard a flare screen or counter this in any way? They're trying – I say that as the screenshot is showing. They're attaching with Isaiah to go over. Like what the defender's doing here with Isaiah is textbook. He's pushing him over the flare screen to try and get around. But Malawach is so large that he separates the defender from Isaiah. Clear space. Isaiah's out of position, or the defender's out of position. Pump fake, one dribble, pull up, bang. My favorite thing about Isaiah's threes, too, is I think he hit 5 threes. It was 5 of 6, but I think he only had 3 dribbles on all 5 made threes. 3 dribbles on 5 made threes is impressive.
On Saturday, Knipple. He's got Rhodey on him. Down on that baseline. Nice pass and a.
So, one, Sion James, the best cutter in the ACC, on this team in the ACC and arguably the country, just has great feel for when to cut. The reason why this back door is open, this back cut is open, again, teams are worried about Malawach as the roller. Like the UNC game where I gave him hockey assist for the skip passes that led to threes, I give him a hockey assist here off of a pass to Sion James because he just gets out of there, right? But look at Sion's guy. He's trying to switch back on Malawach because it's a big, and he is now close to Malawach. Now he's stopping ball because UVA is worried about the driver and the roller, which is Malawach. Look at the guy hugging Malawach, just all over him. One guy's open, that is Sion James, and you give Sion James a lane, he's going to take off and fly, and he does right there.
If you're just tuning in, Malik Brown injured his shoulder earlier tonight and went to the locker room. He came back out. You may not have been able to tell, but he's wearing a sling. And we'll have more on that on ESPN after the game. I'm sure more on the injury.
It'll be TJ Power.
Great pass by Caleb Foster. He had a not as successful of a stint this time as he did against Stanford, but right here's a really good play by Caleb Foster. Has TJ Power guarding him, and we know about TJ Power. He has the slower big on him, so take him, right? Play with him. Plays with him, gets straight line drive, and then draws 2. Nice wraparound pass to the big fella, Big Pat. Nice soft touch. Good play.
The lefty throws in the high 80s and played a little baseball, went out with the Blue Devils a season ago.
No longer does.
And that's where we're going to end it. Isaiah Evans, he had 17 points on 5 of 6 from 3, but he had 2 blocks. He played good defense for Duke last night. On ball, off ball, played fantastic all-around game for Duke off the bench. But right here, just great recovery. Great recoveries. 18-point game, playing his ass off with a minute to go, gets the block, and then give it up to him, go in transition, and then just tough finish. Tough game for UVA in a different way. Tough game for Knipple, Flagg, and Evans in a different way. Look, this was fun to talk about. Duke cruising 86-2 win. It was fun to talk about. Duke plays Illinois this weekend, Saturday. Might try and do an Illinois preview. Let me know in the comments if you want an Illinois preview. I haven't done a preview of a team, of an opponent before a game in a while on this channel. Let me know if you want that. If not, I'll see you guys in the next film breakdown of the Duke-Illinois game.